Oh, hi. I'm pretending that I didn't see you there. So hi, I'm ARL, and this is the first episode of Mod of the Week. For now, I'm putting on a Kickstarter. Most street bikes don't have the option for having a Kickstarter, but enduro bikes and dual sports sometimes do. Traditionally, dirt bikes always have Kickstarters, and the reason why is because you lose horsepower from having this huge alternator. Well, it's actually a stator. The engine has to spin up in there, and it's providing a lot of power to components that you might not necessarily need. So for a dirt bike, you're very minimalistic. You don't have a headlight, you don't have a taillight, you don't have any other lights. All you have to do is really power the spark plug. So they typically have a Kickstarter just to kind of avoid the whole electrical thing. A road bike usually just has an electrical starter because kicking your bike is hard. Requires a bit of effort, and you already are requiring extra power for the headlight and whatnot. You aren't really so much worried about weight, power to weight ratio, as in the extreme scenarios of dirt biking. So when Kawasaki updated their model back in 2006, which used to be a KLR300, used to be what they sold, which was essentially the same design, but it had a kickstarter instead of an electric starter. The electric starter was optional on that bike because it was more of a dirt bike. So however, they left the engine pretty much the same. So right down here, they still have the location for the Kickstarter, and they just put a plug in it and made it an optional item. Given it's ridiculously expensive, and most people would never even consider it because it's like $400, unless you can get it off of like a dead bike or you get some ridiculously good deal. And it doesn't provide much benefit, it's just mainly just an insurance thing. In case your bike runs out of juice, which has happened to me like 2 or 3 times. Given that is mainly just having some poor judgments and being kind of new at things. Like I left my hand warmers on and ended up running the thing out of battery. And then for the most part you can bump start your bike. However, the most recent time that I had to die and I was kind of sick and it was really icy. And in order to bump start your bike you have to get it up to a certain speed, and which means you have to be able to run and hop on the bike and whatnot. So that one was really crummy. Having a Kickstarter, although it's probably not worth it in terms of cost, it's a fun thing for me. If that scenario happens again, I'm going to be real happy that I have it. And in some sense, it's kind of nice to think that I could kick my bike if I was upset at it and not hurt it, you know. You don't want to actually damage anything, you just sometimes want to kick things. So here's the kit right here. And all that in there, just these 2 gears and a couple of bits and pieces and then a lever and this kind of shaft thing. That's $400 what Kawasaki wants for it. I'm very surprised. I mean, I figured something, but it just seems like there's not really much to that. I would think it would be like $150 in all honesty. I essentially have to take off all of this area right here. So, the clutch cover, the water pump housing, and, well, I'll have to take off this brake as well. So I have to drain the coolant and drain the oil. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so the first step thing that I have to do is I have to drain the oil on it. I actually have done that once when I was updating my bike to a 351 cylinder. Now technically I'm cheating because bike should be on a stand while I do anything with it, but I figure I can get away with this. More hands. Ooh, didn't expect that. The bike's still warm. And I had it running about an hour ago. First this, which requires you to have one of those stupid bendy clips. I actually always hate these things. Ceramic seal. Yeah, here's a ceramic seal right in here. Apparently if you mess that up, completely ruins the whole project. So I bet you've been wondering why I'm in a wheelchair. And I might have explained this. But sometimes you need a chair with wheels. So, wheelchair. Of course then you end up looking like an asshole when you start messing around with it and trying to balance with your little tricks. And then somebody comes by to help you, you're like, oh, I can walk. actually. I actually got it for free, and they make great wheelie chairs, great garage chairs. I find it very fun to change out things and customize things. Move that now. Alright, there we have it. Worked out perfectly. Okay, now to piece together this Kickstarter. Woo! And that's installing a Kickstarter.